What's up guys, it's JTB Gaming here, and today we have the third episode of our Conquering the MLS with Minnesota United. And to start this episode off, we will be participating in the Invitational Cup, as it is the easiest of the three and earns us the most money. Looking at our youth scouts, I've decided to send our first scout to Scotland for 3 months to find some strong players, our second scout to England to find some goalkeepers, and our last scout to the Republic of Ireland just to find some sort of players. Now I have a little bit of transfer news, as Francisco Ponce will be joining BSC Young Boys on a 1-year loan. Burns will also be leaving the club on loan, however he is going out on a short loan to Hammurabi IS. One player that I have decided to bring in is Tyrese Campbell. I bought him from Stoke City. He will be playing our right mid, most likely. The second player I've decided to bring in is Felix Agu. He will be playing our left back for the season, as he is better than any of the options we currently have. So with those new signings, we are now a 3-star team. We have a 69 rated offense, a 68 rated midfield, and a 70 rated defense. We will be lining up in a 4-1-4-1 this season. We'll have Miller in goal, Opara and Morgan at center backs, Metnair at right back, Agu at left back, Gregus at defensive mid, Molino and Kerr at center mids, Campbell, our new signing, at right mid, Laud at left mid with Toy up top. We now get into the first bit of action as we travel to face New York Red Bulls at the Red Bull Arena. Red Bulls will be lining up in a 4-4-2 holding, which we should be able to take advantage of as they only have 2 central midfielders. We will be lining up in this 4-1-4-1, and I am sticking with the strongest 11 for this first game of the season. In the 15th minute, Red Bulls have the ball in a dangerous area. Morgan is able to win the ball before he gets it to Campbell. Campbell plays it in Kerr. Kerr plays it to Gregus to Molino, and then Toy is then off to the races as he uses his speed and strength to get by that first defender. He then just has to put it past the keeper, which he does with his weak foot, to put us up 1-0 in the 17th minute. In the 24th minute, Red Bulls have the ball near our box again. They're able to play it into the box, and their player is able to put it past Miller, as the game is now tied 1-1 in the 25th minute. In the 41st minute, Red Bulls have the ball on the edge of our box again. They're able to play it into the box. Opara misses a tackle before Miller cannot get there, and their player puts it into the back of the net in the 42nd minute as we go down 2-1. In the 67th minute, Red Bulls have the ball in our box again. Miller is able to make a close save before they have to recycle the ball. The ball is crossed in. Agu wins the first header, but he is not able to clear it away properly as their player volleys it into the back of the net, as we are now down 3-1 in the 68th minute. In the 83rd minute, Molino is in behind the defense. He lays it off for Laud, and Laud is able to slot it right upper 90 past the keeper, as we are now down 3-2 in the 83rd minute. At full time, we would go and lose 3-2. We did have some positives, as we did score 2 goals. However, we allowed 3 goals, and this is a problem I will look to address. One player I'm promoting from our youth academy is Ian Callahan. He is a 6'3" goalkeeper from the Republic of Ireland. He is a 64 overall with a potential of 74 to 94. Callahan is indeed an exciting prospect, so he could take over for Miller maybe even this season. Since our scouts returned, I decided to send them out for the rest of the season, with our first scout going to Mexico to find some technically gifted players, our second scout going to the United States to find some defensive-minded players, and our third scout going to Canada to find some physically strong players. We do have a little bit of bad news now, as Jan Gregus has tore his ACL and he's going to be out for the next 4 months. This is a giant hole that we are going to have to fill. Some more transfer news, as Ethan Finley, since Campbell is starting over him, I've decided to sell him, and he will be joining Alanspor for $1.75 million. Mason Toye will also be departing the club, as he will be going to Spal for $2.4 million. Since I will be losing Toye and Finley, I will be moving Campbell to striker, and I have signed Robert to replace Campbell at right mid, as we have signed him from Real Betis, thanks to his $4.65 million release clause. Another player I'm signing to address our defensive issues is Eric Garcia. We bought him for $7.75 million from Manchester City. Garcia and Robert will not be joining us until the transfer window opens in July. We now get back into some action as we host Vancouver Whitecaps at the Allianz Field. We will be lining up in that 4-1-4-1 with Callahan making his debut, and one of our youth players, Ward, will be replacing Gregus at defensive mid. Vancouver Whitecaps will be lining up in a 4-4-2. We're going to have to watch out for Reyna, their striker, as he is very physically strong and fast. In the 28th minute, the ball is played into a dangerous area into Toy. Toy then cuts it back for Molino. Molino plays Kerr. Kerr's first attempt is blocked, but his second attempt gets into the back of the net as we go up 1-0 in the 29th minute. In the 49th minute, Laud has the ball out wide. He leaves it back into Kerr. Kerr plays it into Toy. Toy plays it into Molino, and Molino hits it first time into the back of the net to put us up 2-0 in the 50th minute. In the 67th minute, Campbell has the ball out wide. He plays it into Molino. Molino plays it into Toy. Toy is able to turn his defender before he shoots it into the back of the net to put us up 3-0 in the 68th minute. At full time, we would go on to win 3-0 thanks to those goals from Kerr, Molino, and Toy. We now have another game in the league as we host Sporting KC. I've made one change to the starting lineup. As Metnair is out injured, I've decided to put Agu at right back and put one of our youth players, Banks, at left back. Sporting Kansas City will be lining up in a 4-3-3 attack. They are a very offensive team, so our defensive formation will help us a lot this game. In the 77th minute, the ball finds its way into Kerr's feet. Kerr is able to body off a defender before playing it through to Campbell, and Campbell puts it into the back of the net to put us up 1-0 in the 78th minute. At full time, we would go on to win 1-0 thanks to that goal from Campbell. Do have a little bit of bad news as Toy has torn his LCL and he's going to be out for the next 2 months. However, he will be leaving the club soon, so it's not that big of an issue. One player I'm promoting from our youth academy is Mark Rafferty. He's a technically gifted center mid from the Republic of Ireland who's 6'3". He has a 64 overall with a potential of 76 to 90. Rafferty is showing great potential, so I will most likely keep him around thanks to his skill set and his adaptability. Another player I'm promoting is Logan Walker. He is a physically strong center back from Scotland who's 6'5". He's a 62 overall with a potential of 71 to 91. Walker is not showing potential at all, so I will be looking to sell him maybe down the road for a good amount of money. The third player that I'm promoting is Santiago Morales. He's a technically gifted center forward from Mexico who is 5'11". He is a 63 overall with a potential of 79 to 80 to 94. Morales can play center forward or attacking mid, which is amazing because he also has potential to be special, so I will definitely look to keep him. Another player I've decided to sign from Real Valladolid is Steven Plaza for $7.1 million. He can play striker or left wing, but I will be playing him at striker. We now get into our league game against DC United as we host them at the Allianz Field. The reason I decided to sign Plaza was because I'm looking to switch to this 4-4-2, where we'll have Callahan in goal, Opara and Morgan at center backs, Metnair at right back, Agu at left back, Kerr and Molino at center mids, Ibarra, who returned from loan, at right mid, Laud at left mid, with Amaria and Campbell up top. DC United will be lining up in a 4-2-3-1. We're going to have to watch out for Areola, their right mid. In the 19th minute, Ibarra has the ball out wide on the right. He gets into the box before he cuts it back into the feet of Molino, and Molino is able to put it into the back of the net to put us up 1-0 in the 20th minute. In the 77th minute, DC United have the ball in a dangerous area. Laud steps to the ball, however he is beaten on that pass. They then get it into their box, where their player is able to shoot. It goes off the post, and the rebound goes in off the post as well, as we are now tied 1-1 in the 79th minute. In full time, we would end up drawing 1-1, as that early goal from Molino was canceled out. We have some transfer news as that player we just promoted, Logan Walker, the center back, will be leaving the club for $710,000 to join Zaglebi Lubin. Another player that I have signed with some of our remaining cash is from fellow MLS side LAFC, and that is Eduardo Atuesta. He will be joining the club for $10.2 million as I look to put him in central midfield for our new shape. We now have a US Open Cup round of 16 game as we travel to face FC Cincinnati. Cincinnati will be lining up in a 4-2-3-1. I don't know any of these players, so I don't know how much of a threat they could be. We will be continuing to line up in that 4-4-2. In the 16th minute, FC Cincinnati have the ball out wide on the right. They play it into one of their players, Polino, and then overcommits as their player lines up to shoot. Morgan blocks the first attempt, but the second attempt falls right to their striker as he puts it into the back of the net as we are now down 1-0 in the 17th minute. In the 49th minute, the ball is played out wide on the left. The ball is crossed in. Opara makes the first save. However, there's a miscommunication between him and Callahan, as the ball is then turned over and their player volleys it into the back of the net, as we are now down 2-0 in the 50th minute. In the 70th minute, the ball is played into Morgan. Morgan plays it out wide for Metnair. Metnair is then able to dribble past some defenders before he plays it into Campbell. Campbell touches it around the defender, uses his speed to get in the box, hits it into the roof of the net, as we are now down 2-1 in the 72nd minute. At full time, we would end up losing to FC Cincinnati 2-1 as we were knocked out of the US Open Cup. Looking at where we are in the standings, we're currently in 6th place on 22 points. We have a 5-point cushion ahead of 7th and 8th, so I feel like we could maybe even move up to 4th or 5th, depending on how the rest of the season goes. I hope you all enjoyed watching. I do post a lot of other FIFA content on my channel, so if you want to see that, go check it out. And it's JTB Gaming, signing off.